What's going on, guys? Detroit Reaper here with another video, and today we're talking about the Windows 10 Microsoft event and what I thought about it. So from what I can tell, the main points for Xbox are the DX12, the streaming to any PC or tablet or anything like that, anything with a Windows 10 device, any type of Windows 10 device, and Cortana. I feel like those are three things that are really going to be coming to Xbox. I'll talk about the HoloLens in a little bit. I feel like that'll also be something for the future of Xbox that will probably be very integrated and interesting, especially since they're saying that they want everything to be one device. And man, I don't know, but anyway, let's go on with just talking about DirectX 12. So what DirectX 12 is going to do is help the CPU and help with frame rate. It seems like it's going to help with complex frames, and we're going to get a lot better stable frame rates from games. I feel like that's what they were going for, and I think this is what DirectX 12 helps with, at least on the Xbox and the PC side. Even though PC was pretty already good at this, I feel like it'll really help the Xbox finally stay steady 60 frames or something like around those lines. I feel like what I really feel like is that because of the Xbox the streaming service that they're trying to implement, I feel like DirectX 12 will impact that in a huge way. I feel like that is really the main focus for this type of DirectX 12 to help with, because you know, there obviously you don't want to have a lot of lag. That's one of the issues that PlayStation Now has, is it has some lag to it, especially if your connection is worse or bad. But I feel like with DirectX 12 it'll make it way easier for worse connections to keep a smooth frame rate and picture quality. I don't know, that's just how I feel about it, and that's why it'll probably work better with Windows devices. I'm really hoping for the streaming, since this was a Windows event. I really felt like they weren't going to talk about Xbox so much, and that's probably why they didn't want to say anything about streaming from PC to the Xbox, because this was a Windows event and not an Xbox event. So they just told us about the Xbox being able to stream to PCs and stuff, which basically makes all of the Xbox games that you have able to play on the PC. Now, whether that means you'll be able to use a keyboard and mouse, that I'm not sure about that yet. I know you can use a controller with your tablet and phones and things like that, but I'm not really 100% sure how it'll work on the PC side. I know you'll probably use a controller, but if you're able to use a mouse and keyboard, that will be just a plus. But I'm really interested in game sharing with this. I'm not sure how it will work, because I would like to see if I'm able to stream my game to a PC. Let's say it's in the same living room. My friend is using the Xbox, and he says, "Come on, man, jump on Titanfall with me." And then, you know, he streams it over to my PC or onto his PC, and then I just game on that. So that way we each have our own screens. I think that will be a very good feature for this. I really feel like that's one of the new main things that they want to do with it. Not really 100% sure. I could be wrong. Who knows? But I feel like that would be cool, and if they could definitely use DirectX 12 for the streaming service to keep a safe frame rate, make the latency not too bad, it will work out very well and will be a definite plus for Xbox users and PC users alike. I would really love it if I was able to, because we don't know if there is a range yet, so it would be very cool if somebody streaming an Xbox game from, I don't know, let's say he's in like New York and I'm in Michigan, and he's just like streams me the game, and then that way we can play with each other. I feel like the cross-platform play, I felt like this was something that should have been happening. I don't feel like this is should have been even new, because they're Microsoft, and they work with PCs and they work with Xbox, and you would just assume that these two things would coincide and they would think that people would want to play with each other. I do love that they're adding a chat system, a voice chat and a messenger chat with Xbox players. I feel like that is something that I'm not sure if the PC or the PlayStation guys can do that with the PC guys. I'm not really 100% sure. I could be wrong. If you know, let me know in the comments below. But I don't know. I just not sure about that. But I'm glad that they're bringing that cross-play and it's finally being announced. But with that, you know, that means that Xbox will lose more games, because most of these games will have to start going to PC in order for them to cross-platform with us, or cross-play with us. And another thing that makes me think is that since our games will probably be going over to their system, it would be cool to have their games come over to us and we can still cross-platform. That's one of the things that I'm really hoping that they do, is the PC being able to stream our older games or newer games to our Xbox. I think that would be really cool. Like I was saying with the PC, I really like these features that they're adding, crossplay and things like that. I just don't know about losing exclusives and things like that. How great of an idea that is for Xbox, but you know, overall it's a good thing. Now with the one thing that like I said, I'm hoping that they do the streaming thing, where we can stream our PC games to our Xbox and vice versa. That way that will tackle the backwards compatibility problem that Xbox has, as well as adding new games. And not only new games, with that you will get a lot more indies, so those indies won't exactly have to be on the marketplace on Xbox for you to have them. I know that this will make apps that use Windows 10 for Xbox and for Windows phones and tablets and things like that. I feel like it's going to help us a lot. I think it'll be interesting to see how that will exactly work, because sometimes people make apps and they suck, but you know, who knows, we'll see. It's probably gonna get the kinks out. Now, what I want to talk about is the HoloLens, and if you don't know what that is, it's not the same thing as virtual reality, and I feel like it's actually better than virtual reality. Most virtual reality headsets have to be connected to something. They have to be connected to a PC. They have to be connected to a PlayStation. They have to be connected to something, some way, somehow, in order for you to use it. And with the HoloLens, one of the pluses is that it doesn't need any cables. It doesn't need to be connected to anything, and I really like that about it. You could use it on the go. You can use it anywhere you want. You don't have to use it for gaming like most VR headsets. Even though I feel like the Oculus Rift will be used for more than just that, but I know the PlayStations will probably mainly be about games, and I feel like the HoloLens will have some games with it, like they were showing Minecraft and things like that. I feel like it'll have those types of games where you can see it like that, but it will give you a better immersion, and it'll be easier for you. I feel like virtual reality, you'll be in the game, but with holograms, the game will be out with you, and I feel like that's what most people want when it comes to headsets like this. They want to be immersed. And not only that, with VR headsets, at least the ones that I've seen, like Oculus Rift, the Project Morpheus, they are all have a screen. They're a headset, but they have a screen on the inside, and that's what makes it look like you need to that's what makes it look like you're in the game. But with hologram or the HoloLens, you don't need that. You can actually see past the holograms. That's what I really love about it, is you can see past the hologram. Now, don't get me wrong, it's still a gimmick for games, and I don't like these types of gimmicks, but this is a more practical gimmick. It can work outside of gaming. That's what I see the potential in holograms, or with the HoloLens, being able to take that to work, like having someone like let's say everyone is in school have one, which this is very far off, but let's say everybody is in school and they're like, all right, everybody go to page something something, or look up something, and then everybody just clicking on in their head and they can see it and read it, whatever they need, while actually still looking at the teacher who's writing on the board, or something. Or maybe someone who's building a house pulling up blueprints to the house, maybe even being able to make it into a 3D blueprint so he can know exactly what to do. Definitely sending messages through holograms will be a very cool, obviously, like they showed in the trailer or whatever. And I just think like these things are good besides gaming. I feel like VR headsets are only mainly about gaming, while this could be used as all types of things. You could maybe, since you can see past it, one thing that I think would be cool is if you have it on and let's say you need a GPS, because most of us use GPS when we drive, and instead of you know, going on our phones or whatever, we can just have it up, and while we're driving, you know, it'll have like arrows pointing to which direction you should go in order to get to those areas. I feel like the HoloLens will give us a lot better immersion or working ethic. What, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it'll be better for everything. You know, it's not just for one thing, it's for many things, and I see a lot of possibilities with it. Now, when they were making like the stuff with it, I felt like that was stupid up until the moment where they 3D printed it and then it was out. You know, I feel like 3D printers is the future, and that's where we're going to be having a lot of ideas come from. 3D printers are going to be the shit. Basically, everyone will eventually own one, and it'll be interesting to see how this will be able to connect with those things. Not only that, you don't really need TVs to watch like Netflix, to go on the internet. You don't need these things. You just need the headset, and I feel like those things are what makes the HoloLens better than the VR headset. But those are just some things that I know so far. You guys let me know what you guys think. I'm sorry that this went on a little long, but you know, I felt like it was worth it. So yeah, just let me know what you guys think, and remember, keep killing the game. Peace.